The final gamble for ARMY. If they fail, Jimin and Jungkook could lose everything in the sterile silence of HYB's labyrinthine studios. A single truth now echoes with unrelenting force. If this project fails, it will not merely alter the course of BTS's future, it could mark the irrevocable end of Jimin and Jungkook as a duo. How could such a catastrophic possibility arise from a collaboration between two of K-pop's most revered icons? How did a dream project for fans evolve into a knife-edge gamble so severe it now threatens to unravel not only their careers, but the very meaning of their artistic identities? Insiders whisper that this is no ordinary subunit release. Unlike typical collaborative singles launched to entertain or fill the void between solo comebacks, this project is a raw, existential risk. It is no longer about artistry. It is about survival. Reports emerging from HYB's inner production circles reveal that Jimin and Jungkook have been emotionally exposed and professionally cornered by this undertaking. It is a creation forged not out of playful experimentation, but born from necessity, a final attempt to reconcile the unspoken truths that have simmered beneath their partnership for over a decade. One recording session reportedly grew so unbearable that both artists walked out in silence, unable to speak. Witnesses saw Jungkook exit the booth visibly shaken, followed by Jimin, stunned and wordless. They did not return that night. What could provoke such silent collapse? Sources close to production say the answer lies in the lyrics themselves, lyrics that force the duo to remember. While the public celebrates their on-stage chemistry, their perfect harmonies, their affectionate performances in songs like Friends or covers like We Don't Talk Anymore, what remains unseen is the tension beneath. Misunderstood silences, emotional distance, personal sacrifices buried under years of touring, cameras, and global acclaim. For them, this is not an album. It is a reckoning. Far from a single digital track, the alleged scope includes a full short film anthology, a conceptual visual album, integrated choreography narratives, and potentially a global mini-tour. Yet the issue is not its size. It is its soul. The unfiltered authenticity coursing through its veins has reportedly created schisms even within HYB's internal boards. Some team members believe the lyrics are too raw, too specific, too unguarded. Others fear that releasing such an emotional outpouring could attract damaging scrutiny, but Jimin and Jungkook, insiders say, remain resolute in their stance. If we can't be honest, there is no point. Honesty, however, demands a brutal price. This may be their only attempt at a duo project of this magnitude, not because they do not want it, but because they may not survive its failure. Commercially, emotionally, reputationally. Should it underperform, insiders warn, the wounds it inflicts may never heal. In a move that only intensifies speculation, HYB has maintained total silence. No press releases, no teasers, no countdown banners. Only a whisper campaign fueled by blurry photos, leaked vocal fragments, and a 27-second SoundCloud clip swiftly deleted. Millions analyzed the final whispered words, "Forgive me," echoing in ARMY's minds across the globe. The tension behind the scenes continues to escalate. Jungkook, infamous for his relentless perfectionism, is said to spend nights alone in the studio, obsessively remixing a particular track. Jimin has been spotted leaving HYB's complex late at night, clutching what fans believe is a lyric-filled notebook. These are not the routines of artists following corporate schedules. These are the behaviors of men burdened by truths they can no longer conceal, no matter the cost. This is no longer about streaming milestones or chart rankings. It is about legacy, redemption, closure. Rumors intensify as even senior HYB figures take notice. Bang Si-hyuk himself, known for remaining detached from frontline production, has been seen attending sessions, reviewing lyrics line by line. His cryptic social media actions, an unassuming repost, a fleeting like on Jimin's old lyrics, a deleted comment reading simply patience, have become fuel for fervent speculation. Some see it as quiet confirmation. Others, a stark warning. As speculation reaches fever pitch, global fan accounts claim hidden countdown codes are embedded within HYB's backend servers, accessible only via advanced inspection. Could this be the dawn of a seismic announcement? Meanwhile, stylists associated with the duo have been photographed in coordinated concept outfits, rumored to symbolize duality and merged personas. Industry chatter hints at major international distribution deals under negotiation, with Columbia Records allegedly dispatching senior executives to Seoul to secure global syndication rights. Every movement is watched, every silence dissected, yet one terrifying question remains: what if it fails? What if critics misinterpret its message? What if the courageous intimacy they share with the world is not met with reverence, but with ridicule? The emotional stakes are so devastating that HYB is reportedly developing internal damage control protocols should the project face divisive backlash, because this is not just music. This is vulnerability weaponized. Senior industry editors have weighed in, noting that if real, this project could redefine global pop collaboration standards, not because of its size, but because of its courage. They are not chasing hits, wrote one editorial. They are chasing truth. But truth is heavy. Sources say the project explores unresolved narratives from BTS's earliest days: teenage rivalries, silent competitions, misunderstood intentions, and shared admiration blurred by diverging growth paths. Some fans believe a recent reunion shattered their emotional floodgates. Others insist the concept was born during separate episodes of personal and creative exhaustion last year. One anonymous source summed it up starkly: they stopped pretending they were okay. This time, there is no catchy concept trailer, no pre-release pop single, no radio-oriented lead track. What is coming is a message disguised as music, a love letter, a confession, a battle cry, perhaps all at once. But if it leaves no impact, they will not try again. Not because they do not care, but because caring hurts too deeply. For Jimin and Jungkook, this may be the final artistic liberation they will ever allow themselves. What if the world misunderstands? Silence may follow. Indefinite silence. And that is what terrifies ARMY most, not failure, but the possibility that they will never hear their voices together again, because behind all the flawless choreography, sold-out stadiums, and diamond certifications, there have always been two boys singing not for glory, but for connection. To each other. To us. Now, that connection stands at the edge of a blade. Are we ready to receive it? Or will it be remembered only as a song that shattered the silence and left behind nothing but echoes? One reality remains unassailable. Time is running out. Whispers are no longer whispers. When this project finally surfaces, if it ever does, it will be either the most powerful statement in K-pop history or its most devastating farewell. For Jimin and Jungkook, the future as a duo, and perhaps as artists willing to reveal their truest selves ever again, hangs upon a precipice. This is the wager. And they have risked everything. In the silent halls of HYB, one truth now dominates. If this secret project fails, it may end Jimin and Jungkook's future as a duo forever. Insiders reveal their collaboration is no mere artistic venture. It is an existential gamble exposing painful memories and private truths never spoken publicly. One recording session became so unbearable both walked out wordless, unable to continue. This is no typical subunit release. It is a confession disguised as music, burdened with raw honesty that terrifies even HYB's internal board. There are whispers of a global visual album and mini tour, but without official teasers, tension only grows. If it fails, they may never attempt another. This is not about charts or streaming milestones anymore. It is about redemption, legacy, and closure. Will the world understand their truth, or will it reject their final act of courage? Their future now hangs on the knife edge of this gamble, risking everything they have built.